Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel, and in our top stories today, we are already seeing the road to 2024, the strategy that is going on. It is very early in the game, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, here on the BuzWeaver channel, we take the difficult, we take the complicated, we take the tumult, we take the confusion, and we break it down into very simple terms because all of you here are astute. You guys are cogent and aware and mostly sober. Know that it isn't as overwhelmingly absurd as the media oftentimes tries to frame it. From the Daily Mail, ex-Clinton advisor says Biden's classified files debacle will knock him out of the 2024 race for the White House because there could be documents about son Hunter Biden's Ukraine bribery scandal. There might be documents. Might be documents. I think that's becoming more than evident what's going on here and why it was intentionally hidden during the 2020 campaign. Bill Clinton's former advisor predicted Sunday that the classified files debacle ensnaring President Joe Biden will knock the Democrat out of the race for 2024. I want to know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are about that in general. Do you think that they are now turning on Joe Biden because of, obviously, the issues that are going on? But I want to remind everyone, too, it was the Establishment Uni-party that was going to ensure that Donald Trump did not get back into office and hold all of them back and allow the country to succeed. So, as we can see, has the Uni-party establishment been satisfied with their destruction of our country? Have they destroyed it enough to satisfy their own pockets and interest, or do they now have to take down Joe Biden along with them? That's going to be the absolute end of it for Biden, said Dick Morris, who worked with Clinton when he was governor of Arkansas and during his first White House term. Morris claimed on Katz Roundtable on WABC radio that there could be documents relevant to his son's dealings in Ukraine. Could be. Of course, they have to say that for purposes of the media, which would be directly linked to a big bribery scandal involving the vice president and his son. I think they used the word big there to kind of, kind of tongue-in-cheek little thing going on there, play with words. The big guy, as we often know. So, I ask you guys down there, let me know in the comments what you guys think the strategy is going to be when it comes to Joe Biden. Are we going to see him are we going to see the Establishment Uni-party pull him back? I'm very curious to know what you guys think. Now, of course, here from the Washington Examiner, Trump's 2024 presidential campaign struggling in key early state. Now, they try to make it seem like he's struggling across all states or across the country. But, of course, again, we're talking about the framing of the way these articles are from Washington Examiner. That would be the Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon's newspaper, because, of course, a billionaire owning a newspaper isn't an issue, but a billionaire owning Twitter, well, that's another discussion, right, guys? Former President Donald Trump is not receiving endorsements or gaining traction for his 2024 presidential run among leaders in the crucial swing state of Iowa. Oh, so just all of Iowa, huh? Now, of course, we are actually a year out from when this becomes actually relevant, so the Washington Examiner is already starting their slow boil of criticism against President Trump. The Hawkeye State, or as Rush Limbaugh likes to call it, the Hawkeye Cockeye, is the first state in the GOP's nominating process, with its focus caucus set to be held in roughly 1 year. But most Republicans are keeping their options open. So here we have basically the Washington Examiner trying to warm everyone up to the fact that Donald Trump is just not the same kind of individual, which I find kind of interesting. Because in a way, while they try to deny his ability to be the force that he was, they're acknowledging that he was a force to begin with. So while they try to deny who he is, they also acknowledge who he is. I can assure you most Republicans I know are not jumping on board with the former president. Cheryl Weinstein, of GOP activist for Iowa, told Bloomberg, the diehards are still there, but rank-and-file Republicans are definitely keeping their options open. Well, of course. Of all the people the Washington Examiner are going to find, you think they're going to find someone who says, we're all in for President Trump, go MAGA. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. And then, of course, we have from our favorite aggregate news source, Real Clear Politics, who at least takes all the information, very similar, well, much better than I do here, on my own self, just being a humble YouTube content creator. But Real Clear Politics takes kind of the news across all the media and kind of breaks it down into some sensible, rational, cogent way that everyone can understand what actually could most potentially be going on. Fear of Trump paralyzes GOP's potential candidates. So wait a minute, this doesn't sound like what the Washington Post was, or the Washington Examiner was just saying. A lot of Republicans are reportedly interested in running for president, yet no one besides Donald Trump has been brave enough to start running. According to Politico, the hesitation is mainly because everyone wants someone else to be the early Trump foil. An advisor to a potential candidate has even shopped the idea of multiple candidates announcing around the same time. One anonymous Republican told Politico, "I think they think a group launch provides them protection from Trump. Every one of these candidates should be embarrassed. At the risk of being cliche, if these wannabe presidents can't stand up to Donald Trump, how can you expect them to stand up to, well, insert your preferred boogeyman here?" So we have it across the board when it comes to what all is lining up for 2024. It is super, super early for all this to start going down. But I found it interesting because I wanted to bring it up now, because what we do here on the BuzWeaver channel also is we have covered these topics for many years. And for the most part, we have seen a lot of what we talk about come to fruition. We've seen it unfold in front of our very eyes and admitted across the board by many outlets who had to admit the truth as to what all was going on from President Biden, from President Trump, from what's going on in the economy, the world, and everything that is going on. So I want to thank everyone for your guys' continued support, keeping this around, because right now, many commentary channels, even the big ones, are struggling right now because, of course, we're still dealing with it. I'm glad Twitter is where they are and Elon Musk continues to release files, because this is having an impact. As you know, Donald Trump's account was released there on Facebook. So he's a viable candidate. So he's out there. He's in the fray. If they try to stop him, that could cause more pressure, as we're seeing more of this pressure valve release element taking place, where they're not totally overwhelming on Trump right now, but give them time. They're going to do a slow boil approach is what I think is going to happen. But that's what I have for you guys today. Always welcome your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And appearing there on the screen would be the channel icon. You guys can click on that to subscribe to the channel, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.